Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. We have some spotty showers making their way in. I'm going to talk a little bit about a chance of a few funnels and maybe even some weak tornadoes that could be impacting the area. Per the National Weather Service office, we'll show you when and where coming up in this version.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
What's going on. Now, here's a look at that radar. As we head into the evening hours, we have some scattered showers working their way into northwest portions of Minnesota. Where you see the yellows and dark greens, it's likely wetting the sidewalks out there. This extends down through the James River Valley, particularly in the Foster, Eddy County areas down to Sioux County, south of Bismarck. This goes all the way out to the west into Rapid City. Now look at this little line firing right here out ahead of the main cold front, and along that boundary is where we could see some interesting activity tonight. Now, here is what we have going on. We do have a cold front out ahead of it, some thunderstorms, as I talked about last night, forming. But the lower atmosphere does have some shear or spin in it. And with rapid overturning of the atmosphere, we can sometimes see funnel clouds or even some brief, weak tornadoes. We're not talking about violent tornado threat here, but if one of these does form, you will want to remember your precautions to take in case there is a funnel cloud or tornado in your particular area. We'll keep you posted right now as we loop these. These are generally moving to the north and east, but the whole line will be moving slowly to the east tonight. Notice even near the Gwinner area, we have a couple of thunder showers forming there. These are very tiny thunderstorm cells, and one of the problems with tonight's activity is also the fact that, well, we cannot always see the rotation in these very, very small type of circulations that can form with what we have going on tonight. Down near Valentine, Nebraska, things are a little bit more robust, more thunder, more lightning, a little bit more up energy in the atmosphere to create those showers and storms. So again, I will repeat, scattered garden variety showers along this boundary here from Rapid City through Bismarck and north of Fargo. But here we are seeing the development of some showers and thunderstorms that are going to be working their way generally to the north and east tonight. So any of this activity tonight will be moving to the north and to the east. So our southeast North Dakota counties, northeast South Dakota counties, and west central Minnesota counties will have a chance at seeing some of this activity. Kathy, thank you for joining me. Now let's take a look at what we have going on the hour-by-hour forecast here so we can kind of pinpoint the track of these showers and thunder showers as we go into the evening hours. So not a guarantee of severe weather, but we do have that extra little bit of spin in the atmosphere going on there. We'll talk about more about that if you have questions, but here's what we have going on. Scattered showers of rain in the light green here as we go through the evening drive time. What you're seeing forming in South Dakota, some more robust thunderstorm activity that will be making its way into southeast North Dakota and out towards west central Minnesota. This is the 10 o'clock hour, and the chance of this activity continuing into the overnight hours and the probability of anything producing funnel clouds or tornadoes really does drop off when we lose the daytime heating. Nonetheless, spotty showers, rumbles of thunder, will slowly creep their way through during the overnight hours, and into morning, we'll still have some remnant showers working their way through central Minnesota. So that is a look. And again, some areas do need the rain. This will give you a chance. We'll talk about that. So again, showers and thunder showers tonight. What about tomorrow, you say? I've got your answer. As we go through the 1 to 2 o'clock time frame, here comes another cool front. And this one has a different type of energy with it. It's not the kind of volatile upward motion that creates violent thunderstorms, but we could have some cold air moving in aloft. And that can sometimes produce what we call cold air funnels. It's that time of year, folks. It doesn't mean I'm forecasting violent tornadoes, but I would not be surprised tonight in South Dakota and near the South Dakota border of hearing of a weak tornado, and I would not be surprised tomorrow to hear of funnel cloud sightings across the area of north central North Dakota as these very spotty thunder showers make their way through. So that's a look at that. Now let's talk about your forecast as we go through the evening tonight. You can count on one thing though. Tonight at 8 o'clock, I will have a live event. Again, 8 o'clock sharp. I'll be on my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and of course on hutchesweather.com. So whatever platform you can get to, join me then. Bring your ideas and discussions, but I have an exciting announcement to make tonight for Hutch's Weather. Again, that is tonight at 8 p.m. I'll share with you some exciting news, and we'll talk a little bit together about some ideas that you have to improve Hutch's Weather and continue it marching forward to cover weather for you and with you. All right, tonight, expect low temperatures not nearly as cold as those 20s. We're going to talk about mid-40s as we start the night, morning hours rather, and the showers will be in central Minnesota. And it's the clouds and the showers and the wind that'll be moving through that'll keep our temperatures just a little bit more modest, if you will. Sunrise is at 6:11. Your temperatures out to the west where we'll have more clear skies with the exiting of the clouds and the showers could be in the upper 30s and low 40s, so keep that in mind. Here's a look at the overnight track of the storms at 1 in the morning, making their way towards Watertown, just near Fargo. Grand Forks will be almost done with the shower activity, but it will be leaning out towards the Bemidji area and continuing its trek to the east. So spotty showers and rumbles of thunder passing through, and any tornado risk as we go through the late night and overnight hours should rapidly fall off, just as a side note there. 60s for your afternoon tomorrow, but only in the valley. Look to the east where those showers will slow your morning cooling. You'll stay in the 50s in Bemidji, low 60s for Park Rapids, for Wadena, low 60s for the Detroit Lakes and Fergus Falls areas, 58 for Hallock, 59 degrees Devil's Lake, and out in the central part of the Dakotas and western Dakotas, we'll have that north flow with those spotty showers that I showed you about making their way through as well, bringing a chance for some areas to pick up a little bit of isolated shower activity. So tonight, we'll have a line of showers. The thunderstorms that form here will bring locally heavier rain that could be around 1/2 inch for a few areas. So the heaviest rain, southeast North Dakota, northeast South Dakota, into west central and northern parts of Minnesota, overnight tonight and into the morning tomorrow. Now, when we take a look at this at a more high resolution and detailed focused forecast here, this is a high resolution convection and allowing model. So where we get these thunderstorms firing off, these areas where the thunder showers move through could easily see 1/4 to 1/2 inch, but by and large, most of us will see up to around 1/10 inch. Clayton, thank you for joining. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for the kudos. Hope you can join me live at 8 o'clock for my exciting announcement. Then we'll have a review of what's going on. Of course, I'll keep you updated if anything does transpire with our storms moving through portions of South Dakota right now. 7-day planner. Let's talk about that real quickly, and then we'll get to more exciting news. 64 degrees on your Thursday. We'll stay cool the last part of this work week as we go into the weekend. I want to remind you that Saturday there is a big benefit concert. You can get your tickets tonight by going to Rock from the Heart, and they will have tickets. It's a fundraising event for aortic health awareness. And the act that will be there is right out of the 80s, some rock and roll from good old Sebastian Bach. So do join me there. I hope to see you there. Grab your tickets today. Swing on in for fun this Saturday as the weather gets awful exciting. 73 Saturday, 81 wonderful degrees on Sunday. It'll be breezy though, and that wind will continue to increase moisture, which will increase the chance for a few scattered showers and storms late on Monday, but not before we enjoy another 80-degree day or so. Then we'll see a little bit cooler weather Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So those are a couple of exciting announcements there to let you know about. And tomorrow, of course, you know the scoop. It is Hutch's Weather Kid Day. Brecken Van Horn will help me unscramble this Rubik's Cube of weather that we have going on, joining me from Mapleton Elementary School right on the showroom floor of Luther Family Ford. If it wasn't for Luther Family Ford, this wouldn't be possible. And by the way, they have some very excellent deals continuing there. They call it employee pricing. Check out more at Luther Family Ford's website today. And if you're interested in signing up to be a weather kid, head on over to hutchesweather.com, and you too can sign up to help Hutch figure out this wild, wild weather. So once again, one more announcement. Tonight, 8 o'clock sharp, live on my Facebook page, live on my YouTube channel, and live on hutchesweather.com, all concurrently. You can check out the new big announcement that I have. I'm so excited to share this with you. And not only that, we'll talk a little bit about your ideas, so bring them. Now, let's take a look at our current conditions as we wrap wrap up this version of Hutch's weather here. Here's what's going on that radar one more time. We'll talk temperatures as well. We do have the showers and thunderstorms. I've circled this area right here. The developing thunderstorms have more energy, more updraft energy, and also there is some shear or spin in the environment. To show you that spin, I've got a graphic here that will help describe what that is and what we're talking about here. This is what's called the non-supercell tornado parameter. So let's take a look at this guidance. You can look for more of this information from my friends over at the Storm Prediction Center. They produce very high resolution calculations hour by hour on where energy is in the atmosphere and what type of energy we have. So bear with me while I load this up, and here we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So what you're seeing here is the area where the thunderstorms are firing right now. There's the radar, and this is where we have peak levels in red of this supercell tornado parameter. It's a parameter that's calculating the required ingredients, if you will, for some tornadoes to form, even though we don't have supercell type rotating thunderstorms. So the environment out there does and is going to be capable of producing a few funnel clouds. This does sneak into southeast North Dakota and much of, right now, central South Dakota, but this activity will be shifting eastward as we go through the night. Aberdeen, Sisseton, and all the way down towards Brookings will have this risk. As we go into the overnight, this should diminish as it typically would. So now back to the radar real quick. Here's what's going on for your evening to get you out and about. Showers and thunderstorms, eastern South Dakota, garden variety showers of rain making their way through North Dakota. Here's a look at your temperatures out there right now. As we see, temperatures are pretty fair as we head into the evening hours here across the region. And let's see if I can stop this from scrolling so we can see 66 in Fargo right now. We have 57 Grand Forks, 61 Hallock, 61 up in Wells County for you and Harvey. Look at the cool weather out here. Why is it cool? This is exactly where that rain was showing up, the clouds and the showers, limiting some of the daytime heating there. Look at what's going on in Sisseton though. 77 degrees. Are you kidding me? That is some mild and wild weather. Montevideo with an 81 degree afternoon. So we do have some heat in the atmosphere here, as well as central South Dakota with Pierre at 71 degrees. And in this heat, there's just a little bit of moisture still left in the atmosphere. That's going to allow for some formation of thunderstorms out ahead of this main cold front that will be making its way through the region as well. Okay, let's see if I have any questions at all from you. Can't wait for this hot day, and the hot weather is coming. Look at this, a big time difference in readings across the area right now. Thanks for your comment there, Mira. I appreciate you watching Hutch's weather. Let's check into Fergus Falls and see how warm they are. 75 wonderful degrees in Fergus Falls, 66 in Fargo, go up to Grand Forks, 57. Quite a wild range of forecast temperatures today. That makes Hutch's job just a little bit more challenging. No kidding, when we have weather systems like this making their way through. As far as the winds go right now, we do have some gusts across the area, but they're not terribly strong. As we take a look at these gust speeds, we have some down to the south that are upwards of 30 miles per hour from the southeast. That's driving that heat into the region and a little bit of an increase in moisture as well. Not as gusty to the north and west behind the weather-making system that's pushing in. How about moisture? Well, average dew points this time of the year are right here in the 30s and 40s, and that's where we sit. But there is a little bit of an increase closer to 50 as we look along this boundary here that'll be making its way from Pierre and Aberdeen off to the east. And that is where we do anticipate just a sliver of enough moisture to cause some funnels. And I do want to point out too that a couple of those may reach the ground as a tornado. When we have a funnel up below the base of a thunder shower, that is a funnel cloud. When it makes contact, when the vortex makes contact with the ground and we have debris, then that would be a tornado. So this would be pretty dry weather. So likely what we're going to see is some higher based clouds here off the ground, which makes it more difficult for these to make their way down to the ground, as a matter of fact, simply because they have a farther distance between the cloud and the ground for that vortex to reach down. So a couple of things to keep in mind there. So again, we're not letting you know that there's going to be a lot of widespread violent tornadoes tonight. That's not the case. A couple funnel clouds, a couple may reach the ground. I'll keep you up to date with the very latest on the radar and as things happen tonight. For now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I look forward for you to join me a little bit later, live tonight at 8 o'clock for a special announcement right here on Hutch's Weather. Once again, excited to share with you what I have going on, and I cannot wait to hear from you about your ideas. So make sure you bring them along. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Remember, remember to follow me on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, both growing substantially thanks to all of you. HutchesWeather.com, anytime, anywhere for the latest in your